that other people don't want to be pushed, then the only option that is left to you is you have to push yourself. Because if nobody's pushing you, you know, like standing behind you physically, then you have to rely on your emotions. And if you have people in your life that you love and that you feel like you want to spend the rest of your life with, which is then your wife or your husband, right? I mean, family is there and I spend the rest of my life with them. But it's not my, in that sense, it's not my pack. It's part of my pack. But nowadays we live a bit different, right? We don't live in this kind of a tribe where we're all the time together. You know, it's a bit more secluded. And it's this kind of seclusion that also makes me really anxious, because you know, I have times where I'm alone, and then I have times where you know, why don't you just let go of your phone sometimes? And instead of always calling, you simply visit. It's a much better option, because when you're calling someone, you know, they just sit around and they speak, but they cannot really look at you. But when you go there, you can actually see how somebody is. And that's the problem I have these days, because at the moment I feel like, you know, where am I supposed to be? You know, I know who I want to be with. She's completely gone. If I send her messages, she won't respond. And then I'm always hoping that maybe if I go there, she will be there as well, because maybe she knows, you know, today I have to be there, even though she doesn't understand why she has to be there. And I also thought I would grow my hair, and now I cut it again. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, I was really sure I was going to grow my hair. And then I cut it, and then you think, why did I do that? Because it fucking annoyed me. I hate long hair, to be honest. You know, I've tried it before. I think it makes me look like, I don't know, some kind of princess, which I'm trying to avoid to be. And, you know, it's just part of the game. Who am I in this? Am I long-haired? Am I short-haired? You know? How am I supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? And how long am I going to be able to convince myself to be someone that other people would like me to be? You know, let's say your mother likes men with long hair, and she's trying to get you to grow your hair. You know, I've had this before. I spent time with some people that were doing these kind of ayahuasca ceremonies for about, you know, 2 weeks. I was more often there, but once I spent 2 weeks there, and in the 2 weeks I was there, she was turning me into her husband. I mean, these were like 20 to 30 years older. And it's not just that she was turning me into her husband. You know, I was allowing her to turn me into an optical version of the man that she fell in love with when she was a little bit younger. And I probably reminded her of that man. And suddenly I had a mustache. I had like, because before I had a beard like this. I had long hair. I actually liked it. But it also was always an effort, and I didn't like it that if I would turn my head, there was like hair flying around. Now I shaved it. I didn't shave it, I took scissors and just like, it gives a nice effect. This time I also didn't use a mirror, although other people want me to have one, but I don't like it actually, because I'm my mirror. If I feel like, you know, oh, there's hair, oh yeah, that's a bit too much. And the benefit you get from this is that you stop relying on mirrors to see how you feel about the way you look. Now I simply, I cut. I feel like this is a bit too much, I cut it. Feel like the hair here is annoying me, I cut it. Then I cut my hair, I feel where it's longer. Because let's be honest, if it's like this, these rows you see now, they'll be gone in a very short time. And now that I'm talking like this, I have to think about, I was spending time with a friend or a companion, however you want to name this or label it, and he was trying to give me some kind of message, some kind of insight, because I think he's worried that I don't know what I'm doing and that I'm unable to push through the boundaries of YouTube, right? Because in a way, when you see people like Chris Webby, if you're doing a good job and people see that you're doing a good job, they start thinking also about themselves a little and how, oh, maybe if that guy is going to earn a lot of money with what he's doing, then maybe I can have a little bit of that financial freedom, which certainly is true to a certain degree. But I have this, it's a friend, and he sometimes, we met and he gave me weed, and then he showed me this video about somebody who made a video about the spirit of Schiller. And the spirit of Schiller is what I would call Christ consciousness, or just state of being awakened, or enlightenment to a certain degree. But who was also Schiller? He was a philosophical being, and I'm sure he didn't go around building houses. So, the guy I'm talking about who gave me the weed, he's more like the builder kind of type. But I'm more like the thinker. I'm the visionary. I'm the one that stands a bit in the background, that looks at what's happening, and then he thinks and thinks and thinks and philosophizes and comes up with solutions for problems that other people are too busy to see. And my mind simply works like this. It simply works like this. If I do a lot of physical labor, it doesn't work. But I can do, in that sense, physical labor in a playful way. And with that I mean, I can go to the Boulderhall, I can just do my own thing there, because I'm free. But if I would go to a place where they tell me how to work there, they would suffocate me in the way they want things to be. But if I come somewhere, I want to do things my own way. So, I would probably have to be the owner of the Boulderhall instead of doing other things. It's strange, but that's just the way it is. And so what I'm trying to say with this is I have to be free. And so if somebody shows me a video about the spirit of Schiller and he wants me to listen to it, I already know what the spirit of Schiller is. I already know that there's people that want to